Coming up next on the Jeff Crilley Show, you're going to meet a woman who's on a mission to help fix the broken healthcare system. Her journey just ahead.
Many are predicting that the worst is yet to come, which is unfortunate, said one person here. Until now, they've enjoyed the reputation of being the nation's icebox.
Watched a burglar in his home this morning by webcam.
As a journalist of over 25 years, stories are what make my world turn.
Reporting live from the Dallas newsroom tonight, Jeff Crilley, Fox 4 News.
But in 2008, I took the jump from my familiar life and started a PR firm from my home.
We're talking about anyone with a camcorder like the one I'm using becomes a television network.
We started slowly growing the company, and we now have over 100 clients, and we've branched into the world of live digital broadcasting. I now own 8 different TV studios and have a huge team, and the stories that I now get to share are sometimes the most important of my life. Life has a funny way of coming around full circle. This is the Jeff Crilley Show.
Well, I think we would all agree that America's healthcare system is broken. Many doctors complain that they spend more time pushing paper and arguing with insurance companies than they do actually spending time with patients. And then when they do get a chance to spend time with patients, they're on the clock. They've got a waiting room full of people, so they spend an average of something like 7 minutes with every patient. Somebody who's out to fix that and create some true efficiencies in the healthcare system is my next guest. Roxana Valeton is in the CEO of MedTells. Thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me.
Well, I know you've been interested in medicine for a long time, but I'm really impressed with your journey because you grew up in Cuba. You came to the United States when you were 21 and spoke no English. And here you are leading a healthcare efficiency company. So tell us about this journey. You came here when you're 21.
Yes, so basically I immigrated to the United States when I was 21 years old, right after the 9/11. And since then, since I was a kid, I wanted to become a doctor, but life happened, and so I had to work in 3 different jobs. When I went to school, the credits were so expensive that I couldn't, basically pay for them. And life, and I don't know if it was life or God, basically pushed me to the admin side of it. And I started working with healthcare companies. I work in the front desk. I work as an ultrasound technician. So I did like a 2.5 years.
Wow. That's awesome.
In the school. And I learned so many things, basically how to operate.
Yes.
And I fell in love with that area as well. And so I started my first company when I was 25 years old.
Wow. Congratulations. And I imagine just working almost every imaginable role in healthcare gave you a bird seat to see what's wrong with the system. And so I mentioned off the top of the show that, doctors are spending a lot of time fighting with healthcare insurance companies, and many of them are still using old-fashioned pen and paper, right, for their filing system?
So like I said, I started over 20 years ago, and what is concerning is that 20 years ago, it's kind of like when the EHR systems were basically implemented, and we're still dealing with the same issues. So I'm hearing the same problems, doctors being overwhelmed with a lot of things. There is a cognitive overload, and we're all going through that since there's so much information in social media. We have the chatbots, we have the news. This is a real problem.
Sure.
There is basically a gap in the ecosystem. We are seeing that the employees, the teams are working on silos, and that's unbelievable comparing with the technology we have.
Sure.
So basically, in my view, what is happening right now, it's kind of like the technology is making so much progress,
Sure.
but the healthcare infrastructure is not there yet.
Mm.
So through my 20 years as a CEO, as an operator, helping other healthcare companies, I realized that the system is broken not because we don't have great systems. So we have amazing tools. EHR, the electronic health records, it's amazing, but is not aligned with the workflows. And what it happens is that when you have employees that are trying to make decisions rapidly and they see that the system is not aligned with what they're doing, then it gets bypassed. So that's why you don't see the efficiency behind it. And that's why we created MedTells.
I love it. We're going to pull up your website, and as we scroll down your website, I want you to talk about the clients that you want to serve, because this is a new startup. What's an ideal client look like for you?
Okay, well, first I would like to tell you a little bit about MedTells.
Yeah,
so
please.
MedTells is a real-time orchestrator platform. So basically, we are built in a secure API vault. And what we're trying to fix and what we're trying to do with this is that the system itself integrate everything we plug in there. You know, we work as a layer above all the system and above all the tools and make sure they're integrated. So per se, if you have to pull data from one of the tools, often you see that the number you get is not the same as the number you get when you pull the same report in another tool. So what we're trying to do, our system real-time live pull all this data.
Yes.
And we have it available. We basically make it easy to understand so the providers can make the right decisions at the right time.
That's so beautiful. You've been the guest on many different podcasts. I've got one that I'm going to put on the screen. You do have the heart of a teacher. You like to educate people, don't you?
Yes.
So tell us, where does that come from? Because the healthcare system is very, very complicated. And sometimes it takes a storyteller like you to break it down into, simple bite-sized chunks. So talk more about the education side of your life.
So basically, I have a passion for healthcare, but I also love to help kids and moms. You know, I help. Normally, that's been in me since I'm a kid, and because of my story, I came from Cuba. My parents, I don't have family that were making a lot of money, like I mentioned to you before. I saw a cell phone basically in my hands when I came to the United States.
Wow.
So I came when 21 years old, and I bought my first cell phone when I was 22.
Wow.
And so it's incredible, and but I love to learn, right? And I think it's very important that people are consistent. And when you have too many dreams, back then in Cuba, they were just dreams. But when I came to the United States, I realized that those dreams, kind of like, instead of calling them dreams, I call them ideas.
Yes.
And I have a lot of them. Like sometimes I don't even sleep. And those ideas in the United States, I make sure that I planned.
Yes.
I start planning everything I was thinking that it might change and it might make the difference, especially in healthcare, because for me, mental health is so important.
Yes.
I have traveled a lot, and I have experienced many things with my patients and their struggle. And at the end, there is a fine line between being sane and insane.
Yes.
And that's why I love to educate. I think education is an important piece of everything. So I have a foundation to help women and children.
Oh.
And that's why you saw me that they were interviewing me.
Yes.
So in my foundation, I have basically a certification program that is online and is free to women and children.
Beautiful. All right, tell us more about that.
Well, about that, so basically our three pillars are human trafficking, mental health, and youth development. Yeah, and all of that is very, very related to healthcare. So that's why we created MedTells, because through our experience, we noticed that, let's say that you have an issue, you go to the doctor, and because they have so many things that they have to put in that piece of paper or in the chart to meet all the requirements the insurance have, I believe that we're failing our teams and our families, because we are not even paying attention to these patients. Some patients, they might need 45 minutes, and we only get, like, doctors, they can only give you like 7 to 10 minutes.
Yes.
Because otherwise, they wouldn't be able to be sustainable. They wouldn't be able to document what they need to document in order to get paid. So it's a real problem we're having right now, and hopefully we can make it work.
I love it. I'm sure you're going to be wildly successful with this. We're going to wind this down. So we got about a minute left. Why don't you look into the camera on the left and talk to the person who probably needs to come alongside you?
Okay, well, so we are trying to focus on FQACs right now. So FQACs are federally qualified health centers. And the reason why we're doing this is because, let's say seniors, when you go to an HMO clinic that treats seniors, they base everything in value-based care. But FQACs, they treat not only seniors, they treat kids, they treat adults, regardless their ability to pay. So this is an important program that was created over 60 years ago, and not too many people knows about this program. So we're trying to help them so they can better navigate the system, and their providers can see more patients.
Outstanding. Great way to end this show. We're also going to leave everybody with your website, which is MedTells.com. The great Roxana Valeton. Thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you.
You bet. That's it for now. We'll see you next time.